All right, so we're at Sunshine
Sunrise Trading Company.
Sunrise Trading Company. I drove over a 20-mile bridge, getting over here, and we're in New Orleans with Steve. Yeah, how long y'all been around?
52 years. We're in Kenner, Louisiana, which is about 5 minutes from the airport.
Wow. So this is a huge place, and the first thing I saw was a giant. What is the golden berry that tree in the front? That right behind the office. It was. I was at Windmill Nursery, and they grow some of those.
That's the princess. It's the
Yes.
emperor's tree. Excuse me. It's the fastest hard growing hardwood tree.
And they make like violins and stuff out of it, right?
Yeah, everything. It's amazing.
It's
That was
so
a
cool.
volunteer. It came in on something else and we really good.
I got some seeds in my pocket from when I got it in Windmill, so like I gotta be
Yeah.
careful where I let them go now. And those giant ponytails came back after the freeze and everything.
Yeah, that's the first time they got burned back. We had a couple that didn't, but most of them did come back. So we had 10 inches of snow. And some of those I've had for 50 years.
They're slow growing too, so they don't
Yeah.
grow really fast. So I'll definitely go up there and check them out and let them see on camera. But
All right.
thanks, Steve. I appreciate it.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Yes, sir. So they got a ton of stuff going on here. Looks like they've got these look like Vinca plugs going in. They are a wholesaler and they do retail as well. So lots of cool stuff to see. We're gonna go up to the front. I parked at the front and walked back here because I want to make sure it's okay before I start recording. You always want to make sure that you get permission before you start recording stuff because some people get mad. But we're gonna go to the front and work our way back. So in case y'all couldn't hear me over the exhaust fans and everything back there, we're at Sunrise Trading Company in Kenner, Louisiana. I just met the owner. They've been around for 50 something years. They're kind of busy, so I'm not going to bother him too much, but I want to start at the front. A bunch of prickly pear cactuses up here right by the gate. They are open. They were just a wholesale nursery, but now they say after COVID, they went ahead and opened up to the retail side. So really cool. I want to show some of these ponytail palms that apparently survived 10 inches of snow and came back. Let me turn y'all around and let you look. I mean, there's one up here that looks like it's kind of coming back. But these are huge. I mean, these are not fast growing trees like whatsoever. These trees take a long time to get this big. But you can see they're coming back. They were in pots and they've grown through the pots. Like this is, I can give you an idea, this is probably 3 feet across at the base. So cool. I mean, this is probably, I don't know, it's 3 or 4 feet apart, 3 or 4 feet across. And I bet it was huge at one point. They probably had to cut it back and you see where it's branched. It's coming back though. Huge, huge, huge. It's probably, I'm assuming that being up against this wall, the concrete allowed it to retain some heat. And that's what made them survive, which is pretty crazy. But so much to see here. Let's get started. So as we walk in, we're going to go ahead and probably just go into the greenhouse first and we'll make our way back when we come this way. So we got some plumerias over here, some pachypodium, lamouris, some more plumerias, some desert roses, and just this is incredible. This is so incredible. You can see some of these cactuses are getting kind of woody growing off the side of the greenhouse. Like it's nuts. These are all like whale fin, sansevierias. You probably pull the pups up and they're going to propagate them. Lots of desert roses over here. And these are, they imported these from Thailand. You see they got the labels on them already. Candy. Some nice blooms too. Ton of tropical cactuses and euphorbias and lots of wild stuff. I should have brought a basket. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way I'm not getting something here. There's no way I'm not getting something. Like, I mean, I haven't shown. We haven't began. Like, I'm already looking stuff that I probably need. These are Stephanias. We saw one over at whatchamacallit, at Dan's place. That was really cool. These look like they're dwarf plumerias. Yeah, the smaller leaves, they stay smaller. Or maybe these are seedlings, sorry. I don't know what this was. Beautiful little butterfly right here. Ponytail palms. Like, it would take me all day to get to this greenhouse. Like there's no way I could cover this entire place. Like this is the first greenhouse. It's nuts. There's some big Madagascar palms. Queen of the Night. Euphorbia poisoni. Is that Horita? I think it's Horita. Some more of those desert roses, the Dinium abyssums over here. Got some variegated ones as well. So if you don't know, variegated desert roses don't do really well seed grown. So what you do is you take one that is doing really well and you graft it onto a other growing desert rose. More Sansevierias and bromeliads and really neat stuff back here. Oh, there's so much to look at. Just gonna kind of give you all a scan over everything. Some of these spiral cactuses. This one is really neat looking. It looks like a variegated spiral cactus of some sort. There's just so much. Got the monkey tails. Got the cucumber cactus. More of those spirals. I always forget what these are called. Queen Elizabeth or something like that. These are really cool agaves. Got a Buddha belly. Nice Buddha belly here. We're going to see some cool stuff. So I thought this was a Dinium at first, but I noticed the spikes. I think this is actually some kind of Pachypodium. All right, I had to go confirm. This is a Pachypodium saundersi. Yeah, they are not the fastest growers. This is about 4 years old, he said. Seed grown from here. They went 95 for, which is not a bad deal at all. Like, that is not a bad deal. That's kind of the cool thing about coming to these styles of nurseries. Not going to pay as much as you probably would at a retail nursery where they had to, you pay for shipping and everything, you pay for shipping and overhead. So you might pay double to triple this in a nursery, like retail nursery. So something to think about. I like it. I don't know if I want to spend $9,500 though. And so they're not going to have prices typically on them when you come to a wholesale nursery. You kind of got to grab what you want and go check it out. So these are beautiful. I don't know the name for it. If you know the name for this cactus, let me know in the chat. But I know these are really cool too. Yeah, these are big boys. These are big boys right here. This has probably got a multi-bloom. I think this is a multi-grafted desert rose right here, but it's huge. It's in a 3-gallon pot. Look at it. Whew. And I don't know. I may end up getting this underside. I'm not sure. Haven't decided yet. It's something to think about. I don't necessarily need one that big. I have a couple already, but none of them are that big. Absolutely none of them are that big. So, but that is not a bad price at all. $95 or something like that. You typically pay 2 to 3 times that much at a retail nursery. So, very reasonable. And the best time to buy something is when you see it, because you might not ever see it again. What I could do, I could buy 2 of them. Buy 2 of them and take them home and sell one for $200 and make my money back. I mean, honestly, I could. There's some booby cactuses over there. They're sunburnt. sunburn movies. Let's think about that. I thought that was a gigas at first. I thought it was a Bushini gigas at first. Um, I haven't seen any of that yet, but not saying doesn't mean they're not here. If they are here, they would be in a very shady spot because they don't like the sun. Tons of pseudobombacks, pseudobombacks everywhere. A big, this is a Jatropha. I think it's the baseball one, and I'm not sure. It's a Jatropha, maybe Puerto Rica. Another pseudobombax. They got dwarf jades out here. Some other cactuses, they don't look great. So he's got a crested something down here. Wow. These are insane looking. Insane. And look, it's another ponytail. This one's huge. It's got a big old hole where like a rat probably ate through it. Look at the seed pod on this plumeria. Oh my god. Seed pods are huge. This is awesome. This is so cool. Oh my god, look at this. There's like a whole chamber of cactus. I have no idea what variety these are. These are incredible. Up, it doesn't look like I can go in here. I'm not sure I can go in here. Is that... Wow. That is not a normal desert rose right there. That is something different. See if I can grab this from the outside window. That had some... So this is a Pachypodium succulentum. Oh my god. This one had some rot. Oh my god, I can't even get to it. Can't even get it, it's crazy. Alright, so this is a Pachypodium succulentum. And it has been through some mess. It has been through it. See how it probably rotted on the top. Man, it's cool. This is probably a very, very expensive plant. I just want to see the price. I had to get it out just to look at it. Yeah, this is part of their stock. This is one of their stock plants. This is not for sale. They putting this back. I mean, this would cost you probably, I don't know. This is straight from Africa, like straight out of Africa. It costs you a lot of money to get something like this. Yeah, so that was their stock house. I'm gonna stay out there because I don't want to get in trouble. But I was looking over here. So these are some that he just bought from a collector who just kind of got tired of selling, tired of growing them, kind of got wore out. So there's some big desert roses. You see, this one's $400. I mean, this is a really old Arabicum. It's probably gonna be some. There's a couple of Arabicums over here. These are really nice. Like for $200, that's hard to walk away from. Look, a little bit sunburnt. A couple of really nice codexes. I mean, these two in particular. I mean, this is hard to walk away from. I would immediately take it out of this soil, put in some bonsai soil. But that's hard to walk away from, something like this. I don't know. We'll see. This one's $150 and it's pretty big. But these two in particular, they're very hard to walk away from those. Let's walk down here and see some stuff that we can buy. Let's see. So these all look like Buddha bellies, little baby Buddha bellies. They don't quite have their bellies yet. You can kind of see they're growing. These are really nice. He's got a ton of seed-grown desert rose plugs. And these are all labeled as well. That's really neat. These are next year's crop of desert roses right here. And this is all for next year, I believe. Let's walk out here and see what's for sale and everything. So they got a bunch of basil, a bunch of oregano. See some ferns. They got some variegated hibiscus. I call these like blood red hibiscuses. They're really nice. See those beautiful dark red flowers. Got vinca plugs. These are some of those desert roses as well. Some really nice codexes. Look at this guy. Whew. Look at that. It's ready to come out. Wow. Some that are popping out. Some of these are looking really, really stout. And they're ready to be repotted. Look at that. Wow. This is like a ponytail palm. It's actually coming back to life. You got some veggies and stuff like that out here. Okra. This is in the middle of a town. Like, I think I'm like 5 minutes from the airport. It's pretty nuts. Is that a freaking Jatropha multifida? Oh my goodness. So I have one of these. It's much smaller, but these are pretty big. Look at this guy. Wowee. These are beautiful. Look at that. They make these cool looking leaves. Awesome blooms. They're huge. Walk around. Those multifidas, man. That scared me. Be careful back here because there might be some snakes or something. Lots going on. I would assume I'm allowed back here. He didn't say I couldn't come back here, so go look around, see what's back here. Bunch of bee boxes. Cat whiskers. So these are Buddha belly. These Buddha's got a little bit of belly. There's a yellow one. I actually have a yellow one. You can see the yellow flower. Yellow is a lot more rare than the red. I actually got mine. I got mine from Kimmy over at Kimmy's Plants. Kimmy and her husband, they actually are the ones that first told me about this place. So I'm excited. I'm glad I came out here. This has been freaking awesome. Let's go see if I need to buy something or not though. Hold on a second. I'm sure this is not for sale. And I'm not sure if I should be in this or not, but I gotta look at this big old Pachypodium. This is either a Sundersai or it is a something scared me. Or it is a Rutenbergianum. If I had to bet, it's a Rutenbergianum. It's huge though. Wow, that is probably not for sale. That guy is probably not for sale if I had to guess. All right, I just went and got permission to go inside the employees only where they keep their stock stuff that is for, you know, going cuttings to propagate to make more stuff. I want to make sure before I go do any of that, because you don't want to you want to be friends with these people. You don't want to freaking piss them off and overstay your welcome. You know what I mean? So always be, say, Mr. Steve or, you know, Mrs. whatever, and just be very cordial. And they'll usually let you look at their, you know, secret stash of stuff that they don't show anybody. So like, that's the way to do it. All right. So we saw some of that stuff back there. There was a Pachypodium lameri in Nursery, which is a thornless Pachypodium lameri. That, I believe, is an adenium. Oh, God. It's more of a ball. I think it's Smolinese. Smolinese or a Zimbabwe. I always forget, but it's got like almost a ball at the bottom. Those you don't see any freaking where, anywhere. But bunch of these little monkey tails. They're probably clipping the monkey tails for propagations. You see a glob, I forget what they call it. It's like a euphorbia glom or whatever. Lots of clamshell, kalanchos. Just a ton of stuff in here. Wow. There's a ton of cool stuff. Looks like a euphorbia poisoni back there. We got a crested mammillaria. Another crested mammillaria. More of these portulacas. I love these portulacas. These are so cool. Got the cucumber cactuses. Just a little bit of everything. Whoa. Oh my God, that's cool looking. Wow. I think that's a... I'm not sure about this guy. If you know what that is in the chat, let me know. There's so much to look at. So much cool stuff. Got more of them crested right here. Look at these guys. That's insane looking. Gastinias. Just blown away. All right. Let's look up here on this rack up here and see what all they got. I'm just pretty blown away with everything. There's so much to see. It's amazing that these are even holding up on their own. That's crazy. It's how you know they're rooted. If they weren't rooted, they would fall over. Lost these Pachypodium lamorites. I'm gonna do one final walkthrough of this greenhouse just to make sure I didn't miss anything that I absolutely need to add to the collection. There's just so much to look at, so much to see. It's amazing. All right, so I did end up getting the Pachypodium Saundersi. Got this Saundersi. It is pretty big. You don't see these very often, this big. And it's about to bloom, which is awesome. So hopefully I can get it to cross-pollinate. And then I did see this Stephania glabra was one that Dan had, and it was really beautiful. It popped up and gave these little beautiful little flower, beautiful little leaves. And so I really like this one, but yeah, haven't really done much damage this week, so I feel like I can treat myself a little bit. But we're gonna grab some lunch, and then we're gonna head on to the next nursery.